All right, let's get this show on the road. Well, hello. Oh boy, we do need to change this. My little caption here. I thought I had fixed that. Well, let's take care of that right away. I am not pregnant. In fact, I am past 1 week past the miscarriage mark. I know I'm saying that kind of lightly, but we're going to talk about it today because that's what this channel is all about, is talking about what's going on. But let me fix this. Let's see here. Let's keep it nice and easy. Let's just say Baby Talk host of Baby Talk. That's fine. Let's leave it there for now. Hi guys. This might be one of those streams where nobody's here with me. And that's okay. Hi, welcome. I'm Lynn Clementi Hicks, in case that's your first time catching me. Hope you can like and subscribe. That's super fun. It is Labor Day. I know I have some people that watch from other countries around the world. I don't know if Labor Day is just a U.S. holiday, but it is a day we all have off from work here. I don't know the history of it. All day long I've been thinking Labor Day, and I can't help but think about, laboring, like having a baby. We do have some people watching, which is exciting. Anyway, so this is going to be probably a shorter episode. I am glad I can see there are people here, which is great. I wasn't sure what to expect today. So let's get to my little list of things that I wanted to touch base on. And here we go. Okay, so first of all, first things first, hello. Ooh, there we go. Hello, Marcus. Hi. Kelly's watching. Hi, Kelly. And Amy, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you. So first of all, while I'm kind of telling you guys about what's going on, I would love to know what you did for Labor Day today. And even if you don't celebrate Labor Day because you live in Switzerland, maybe just let me know how your day went, what you did today, something special about it. Yeah, love to know what everybody's up to. And while you guys are letting me know what you're up to, I am going to go ahead right now and say, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, you have the opportunity right now to be my 400th subscriber. I am at 399, which is really, I don't know, really exciting to, like those milestones of every 100. I don't know, it's really neat. Anyway, this channel's been going on, since January is when I officially started it, and of this year. I'm pretty proud of what it's, grown into, and I think that's kind of like the theme of today is growth, and how we nurture, the things that we're purposely growing. This pregnancy, for example, we're trying really hard to make a baby. That's one example. I've talked a lot about our garden. That's another example. This channel is an example. The development that we go through as humans on whatever journey we're going through. That's what I'm talking about. So first I'm going to share with you guys, the first thing was the subscribers thing. The second thing, I'm going to make you wait for it. First, let's check in here. Hi, Laura. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. Okay, so Marcus. Oh, cool. Finally, YouTube notified Marcus that I went live, so that's really cool. Laura's having a cookout with her parents. Awesome. That is a very popular, common thing to do on Labor Day, is these cookouts. And here in the Midwest, in Chicago, where I am, the weather is absolutely perfect today for a cookout. And that does not always happen. There's been many, many years where I've tried going on a camping trip. It's like one of the last weekends you can go for a 3-day weekend for camping, and it always ends up in the rain or cold. Kelly's driving home from Indiana. Kelly's got a lake house there that she goes for the holiday, longer weekend holidays. That's awesome. Drive safely. Please don't let me distract you too much. Don't worry, I'm not dropping any major news updates today. Oh, Marcus was already on holiday. For me, it was the first day at work after some holidays. Okay, cool. A short shift for Amy at work. Okay, cool. And hello, Elliot. What have you been up to today? Elliot's always doing something really fascinating. He's always got the best food or the coolest, the best places to get a good cocktail or beer, which is awesome. So guys, today I spent, so Bert and I, we slept in a little bit. And the reason is because, all right, let me not get ahead of myself. Let me just tell you what I did today. So I slept in, and Bert and I, when we were like, okay, having breakfast, what should we do today? We have, that house project that we had completed over a month ago, and they did not finish with the drywall. That was not part of the scope of the project. And so our beam is exposed and our wall is kind of cut, and when they raised our floor just a little bit, it kind of caused a whole bunch of cracks in the wall, especially in the kitchen. So we said, all right, let's watch some YouTube videos. See, I'm all about the YouTube videos. And we learned how to drywall specifically those cracks, and also like when there's I think they're like screw holes or something, like when something comes off, like shifts, and it kind of creates either a little bubble or like a little hole in the wall. So we watched these YouTube videos specifically how to fix those things, made our list, went to the Home Depot, got ourselves a shop vac today because we don't have one in our house. And so right now the first layer of patch is on the wall. I'm sorry, but I'm really impressed with how well I did. I did not think it would go that well with how well we both did. I mean, like I was like, this is going to look like amateur hour, and we're going to have to hire a professional to fix our problems here. But I actually think we're going to pull this off. I see a few comments. Hey, Sammy, how's it going? I'd love to know. I would love to know what you did today for Labor Day. Most people had the day off. Kim, my sister here, I got a laminator and have been laminating stuff for school. That's fun. It is so weird. Like I'm sitting, I'm laughing, but at the same time, I could totally see myself doing that for hours and hours, just like having like a blast laminating things and just be so fulfilled at the end of that going, look at these perfectly laminated sheets. Sammy, this is, you just missed it. I was telling someone, if someone hasn't subscribed to my YouTube channel, they have the opportunity to be number 400. Sammy, and I don't want you to do it with one of your fake accounts. I want it to be a real person. Elliot, front-loaded the weekend, Mexican wrestling. I saw that on your Facebook. It looked amazing. Scandinavian brewery, D&D themed bar. Oh my God, that sounds fun. So I had to dial it back today. Yes, I am right there with you. I tried to dial it back, but I got a little into the home projects. And so when I was waiting for my, I guess, what do we call this stuff? Mud on the wall? I don't know if it's actually mud. Plaster? I don't know what it is. Joint compound, I think, to dry on the walls, fixing my cracks. I was like, okay, I got to go work in the garden. Guys, it is finally time. I picked my butternut squash. Look at this adorable little butternut squash. This is the little one. The big one I couldn't even bring in. It wouldn't even fit into the shot here. It would be too big. It would be like this. But I picked 4 of these, maybe 5. Oh my God, I can't wait to eat this. I'm really, really excited. So these are butternut squash. They're a winter squash. What doesn't mean they grow in the winter. It means that you can actually just store them on the counter or, somewhere cool, and they will be good for months. So we've got food for months, guys. If anybody wants to come over for a butternut squash dinner in the next few months, let me know and we'll have you over. Yeah. So why did we dial it back today? Dial it back after gardening and all that work. But okay, so last week I announced on Monday that we went through the natural miscarriage last week. And it's still sad. And I probably didn't, I'm probably not doing what I would advise somebody else to do, which is take time off, grieve, go through all those emotions, take care of yourself, and I am taking care of myself, in a way where I try to create space to allow myself to have those feelings. But I'm not doing it probably as much as I hate using the word should, but, as much as I would probably advise somebody else to do it. So this is kind of a confession here, okay? And letting you know how I did it. Maybe, it can be an example for somebody else on, well, Lynn did it this way, I'm going to try it that way. So so I talked to you on Monday. I took Tuesday off of work to see if I can get through without any like contractions or pain from the miscarriage. And I did. The last one that I had really bad with was on Monday night. And then there was like another kind of semi episode on Tuesday night, but I was like, I don't think it's going to happen when I go to work, and I just want to get back to the office. So Wednesday I returned to work. On Thursday, and I kind of had to, because on Thursday it was the start of the AVP tournament. So that's the, I don't even know what it stands for. Something Volleyball Professionals Association of Volleyball. I don't even know what the A part stands for, but it's the Professional Volleyball League, basically. And they set up a special event on Labor Day weekend here in Chicago at Oak Street Beach, and it is insanely impressive. So if you're Facebook friends with me, you probably saw it on my story. They build this like 2-story like stands, like in this. It's not a big beach, guys. It is a fairly small beach, and like there's like these awesome like jumbotrons and side court set up, and all these pros are like insanely good, and they are so good looking too. Okay, I didn't say that. I'm not judging on their looks. They are incredibly athletic though. I was hired, my company was hired to run the bars. And since that's kind of become my thing with all the different events we've been doing, that was why I had to go in on Wednesday to make sure that all of our point of sale stuff was ready to go. That's my specialty. And then I said, you know what, we were supposed to go away for the weekend, but we canceled our plans because of everything, because of the miscarriage. And we decided that I would just work all 4 days. Yay. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I've been out at the beach servicing these bars that are 4 different locations on site at this festival. And I, was there. I had to get up at 6 a.m., had to be on site by 8, had to make sure everything was closed out. I didn't get home usually till 7 or 8. So they were really long days, physically demanding because I'm walking in sand the entire day, and I'm very tired. So I slept in a bit, took care of myself in that way. I have to tell a story though. Miscarriage kind of puts things in perspective a little bit. And here's what I'm talking about. So the day that we found out that we miscarried, Bert was having a really bad day with work, just in the first few hours of the day. And he was so frustrated. Even when we were in the waiting room for our ultrasound, he was really into, he was so frustrated with these emails, and he just kept responding to these emails, and he was just so crazy. And I haven't seen him like that in a long time. Then after the ultrasound and, after the crying and everything, and he's like, wow, that problem with work really is nothing right now. It's nothing, not a big deal actually at all. And it's, interesting how things are put in perspective when you have something else bigger happen, right? We've probably all had this at some point in our lives where you're just something seems so important and then it's not, because something else is so much more important. So I buried myself in this festival, staying really busy, managing a team of 7 people. And at the end of the night, one of the people working for me was really upset and said that they'd been ghosted by somebody. They were really upset that they'd been stood up, That's how we used to say it, that we were stood up, but I guess now it's ghosted. Or maybe, I don't know the whole circumstance or whatever, but that person was really, really upset, and I'm consoling them wholeheartedly. And, oh my God, that's, it's so tough and that's really hard, but you're going to, and I'm trying to encourage them hey, but it's going to be okay. And you deserve better. And it's, and all this. And all in my mind, I'm going, man, I just really want to tell her what I'm dealing with now. So maybe she realizes that this little issue she's going through is not that big of a deal. But I didn't. It's the thing is like whatever it is that we're going through that seems like an emergency, those are real valid feelings, and you can't just dismiss it because somebody else has a bigger problem. But when we're going through it ourselves, we can have a bigger problem that replaces what seems like a big problem. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Let me check in on the comments here real quick. Oh my God, Marcus. Yes, I remember this too. It was so awesome. It was one of the best parts of my birthday. I got to 100 subscribers on my birthday. I think I had made a post on Facebook or something. I'm like, all I want is this. If you want to give me something, be a subscriber. And I think we got to 120 that day. It was awesome. I loved that day. Oh, thanks, Laura. Yeah, I did a few videos on my Facebook story, just posting them there to kind of share what, my angle was. I got to see it from real close on the ground. I was up high. I had it from the perspective of the bar. I had a little bit of fun sharing that. There's something to be said for moving and doing your thing after a loss. Been sending good vibes your way. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so staying moving and everything, it kept me going. And I luckily had the luxury of, there was a place where we kept all of our product for restocking the bars, and there was really no one in there the whole day except for when someone was grabbing product. But that was kind of my hideout. So if I needed a moment to go take a break, that's where I went. And I did each day go there. And here's what I did is I checked in with a few different places. One is I made a post in the Facebook group that I was in, still am in currently, but probably not much longer. That is for women that are due in March of 2022. It was a support group for pregnant women, so we can kind of all be on the same track of where we are in our pregnancy. And I had decided to make a post because I had been reading through other posts in that group of other women who had miscarried, and I found a lot of comfort in reading their stories. So I decided to post my experience with a little bit more detail, because I think I shared last week that was the part that was missing for me, is I needed a little bit more detail on what a miscarriage, what all is part of it. What are these? I never knew about the decisions you had to make, when it happens. I had no idea about the pain that comes with it. I just thought it was just a very sad thing, and I didn't know all the other stuff. So I posted in detail. And I wasn't sure how it would be received, but it was really well received. And I had people commenting on it for days. They're still posting and commenting on it, and I'm still responding to those people. But more people shared their stories. Other people said, "Oh my God, I'm thinking of you," and that was comforting. But more and more people kept adding their stories and similarities and major differences. And I think it didn't just help me, but it helped all the other people that were reading it. And multiple people commented that they were crying reading it, that they'd never experienced a miscarriage, but they could feel it through my words, which I don't know. I don't like making people cry, but I'm glad that it was powerful enough for people to understand the experience. So I would take time to check in with that, and it was just my release, my way of reminding myself, yes, Lynn, you have to make space for this grieving. And I would sit there and I would be quiet, and I would not cry, but I would feel. I would definitely feel. I did feel. The other day one of the other days, instead of checking in with that group, I sat and I actually talked with my support group, who they were actually having more issues than I was. And so I actually spent my time comforting them. But at the same time, it was comforting to me too, to just know that that support group that we have is so, I don't know, selfless and there for each other all the time, And I'm sure that if I had said, guys, I'm really struggling here, they would have, on top of their own struggles, been there for me too. So I think that's kind of where that's where I'm getting my support from, not support from, but that's where I'm spending my time to do the grieving, to do the work. I also had therapy on Thursday where we spent the entire session talking about it. We talked about how I'm dealing with it. We talked about my reactions to things, the dreams and stuff. So speaking of dreams, I'm going to take this kind of full circle back. I had a nightmare last week after the miscarriage that that someone had mowed my butternut squash vine completely down. And it's obviously very, a symbol that, something that I grew is taken away from me. But luckily I still have my butternut squash. So anyway, I know I'm kind of rambling on today, but I wanted to let you guys know that even though you can stay busy, you can also find ways to create space to still find that support. It is really super important to grieve and not just move on. And everybody's going to do it differently, but it is most important just make that space. So I hope so bad that you had an awesome Labor Day today and that you have a great rest of your Labor Day. I'm going to wrap things up here. I think I got through everything I wanted to chat about. And just know that Bert and I are doing okay. And as of now, just to kind of let you know physically, some people can bleed for 2 weeks. My bleeding has actually gotten very light, and the pain is not much anymore. So I would say, I expect that I'll be, still spotting for a little while, which is normal. And the last thing is that I've decided to test my HCG levels as I'm, every couple of days to see when that line completely goes away, because I know then that my body will be starting to reset and we'll be able to try again on making our rainbow baby. So thanks for tuning in with me today, guys. I'm really happy that a few people showed up on the holiday. I'm really excited about that. I hope that if you are on your pregnancy journey, your fertility journey, or if you're recovering from miscarriage, I wish you all the best in getting that baby that we all are trying to get. Okay, so baby dust to you, happiness to all of you, and thank you all for your support. If you're here, you're supporting a bunch of people who are, going through their journey, and you're an ally to us. So thank you so much. Thanks, Marcus. Yeah, I'm glad I showed up. And many hearts to you too. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go eat this delicious dinner that Bert's been working on. I will see you next Monday. And if anyone out there, we may be talking about fostering next week, just as like some informational thing. We are starting to explore it ourselves. If you have a fostering story, if you've ever fostered, if you've ever been fostered, I would love to hear from you. Reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook. And let me know if you've got a story that I can share, or information or tips or advice or anything like that, that may come up in our next episode. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Kimmy. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. Love you. All right. I'm going to roll the credits, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Amy, I have to come back on here. I just saw this comment. My sister passed away on Friday, and I'm traveling to Atlanta, even though I have some anxiety over traveling. My other siblings who are going to support me through the flight. Amy, I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm so sorry. And how brave of you to go through the anxiety, and even more incredible that you have your family to support you. But I just want to pop on and say I'm so sorry, my condolences, and I'll be thinking of you, and I hope that you get through that flight okay. All right? You got this. Be strong. And I'm so sorry. All right. Bye, guys.